Hello, hello, all you beautiful souls. My name is Jessie, and we're here today with our angels delivering warm and loving messages for the collective as a whole. In particular, this message is for those who are in the process of their awakening journey. This could be either the very beginning stages, in the middle, or you could be well on your way through your awakening journey. But either way, our angels want to share some loving support right now. This is a Reiki energy infused reading. So before or as I was shuffling the deck, I have gone through and asked for Reiki energy to flow through. So before we proceed any further, I do invite you to welcome in the Reiki energy, because it is, after all, a free will experience. You need to be opened, and if you choose not to accept it, that is fine too. You can still listen. There's nothing going to happen. The Reiki energy just will it will wait until you are ready to receive the energy. It will not harm you. Reiki energy will not harm you at all whatsoever. It is just warm, loving energy from divine source, God, universe, the angelic realm, to all of you. But I do invite you to welcome it and feel it as we proceed with the reading. Thank you. Because going through an awakening, as those of you going through, as you know, it can be very intense, very emotional, and it can be a very lonely road if you aren't aware of what's going on. So just always know that your angels are around you. All you need to do is reach out to them and ask for their loving guidance, and they're there. They are there. And definitely don't forget to give them gratitude and your appreciation. They really like that too. Okay, so as I was shuffling the deck, I'm reading from Alana Fairchild's Lightworker Oracle deck, and it's a beautiful deck. So the first card that came out, it literally popped out of the deck as I was shuffling, is number 24, Initiation by Fire. And please forgive my hoarse raspiness. I don't know, there's something going on with my throat chakra. So I don't know if it's, I don't know, but something is going on there. We'll work through it, so please bear with me. Excuse me. So immediately when I look at this card, I see an individual with their arms stretched out right, as if in a surrendering position. You know, they're standing up on top of the Grand Canyon, and it's a winged, they have wings, angel wings. That's what I am describing it as. This is my description, and just my interpretation. So please take it, what resonates with you and what does not is completely okay. So for me, my interpretation of this is this individual, they're completely, it's just as if they're surrendering. They're standing up on top of the Grand Canyon, like as if they were taking a deep breath. It's a sunrise in the morning, and they don't know what else to do. They just have all this emotion inside, and they're just releasing it. And I say that it looks as if they're releasing because there are these beautiful glowing white birds coming out of, there's like a yellow glow coming from the chest and the heart chakra area. And it's like all this negative energy, or all this stuff, that the heavy energy, the weight of the world is just being lifted up into the heavens. So that's what I'm getting, is just a sense of release. We've all been conditioned all our lives to think, feel, and believe certain ways, certain things. And that's gotten us to this point so far, and perhaps it has instilled certain coping mechanisms that have protected us and held us and supported us up until now. But now we realize, okay, it's time to grow and evolve and expand. And the only way to do that is to release the negative, release what is no longer serving your life journey. Anything, if you feel stuck, if you feel negative, if you are hurting all the time, or you're emotional, I think for many of you, me personally, I'm an empath through and through. I'm a tender heart, and I feel as if a lot of you could relate and may relate to this as well. So if that's the case, being an empath, you know that you just take on so much and you feel so much of other people's energy and feelings and emotions. So the angels are having me go to the guidebook right now, and I'm reading right from the guidebook. You have a strong and powerful mind. The mind can be a great asset. It can bring comfort, peace, and strength as you take your spiritual journey. It can also be a dark and destructive force, undermining your power, making you doubt your own heart, and keeping you trapped in fear. The mind, developed without a loving spiritual practice, can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. How will you choose to use your mind power? Your mind can become more spacious and luminous if you practice emptying it on a regular basis. The radiant mind can be a mighty warrior against fear and despair, encouraging you with thoughts of optimism. When not given a chance to empty, however, the mind becomes overwhelmed with unprocessed information. Much of it will be fear-based programming perpetuated by mass media, which is invested in controlling others and manipulating them by fear. This initiation, which liberates and opens the mind, empowers advanced souls to free themselves from manipulation and control. As you enter into this initiation, which is the initiation by air, you will feel the need to step back from what you have been taught and learn to question what you once held to be true. As you disengage from habitual mental patterns, you will begin to observe your thoughts rather than be swept up in them. Soon you will begin to experience yourself as the peaceful, steady light of love that you are in truth. Will the mind go through its motions? Yes. However, there is no need to be afraid of this. One step at a time, your spirit shall guide your mind back towards peace. You will change the way you relate to your own mind, becoming more empowered. As you soften the strident action of your mind, you will see that you can use your mental gifts wisely rather than allowing them to cause you pain. Those who have strong mental energies can accomplish much in terms of communication, invention, and creativity, but they often also suffer from destructive self-talk and mental obsessions. They may even be addicted to thinking, which can wear them out and create cravings for sugar that can lead to depression and illness. Instead, it is much better to regularly take time out from the mind and be in the moment, feeling energized, playful, and at peace. The world will benefit from you as you learn to handle your mental energies more constructively. This oracle is indeed an omen of greater peace and happiness in your imminent future. I love that. So the next card that came out, which is the question was, what else do we need to know, angels? And they delivered the message of hold your center, number 34. So during your awakening, you go through a lot of releasing and a lot of all the emotions come up, everything comes out. You have anger, frustration, you're irritable, tired, happy, sad, mad, glad. You feel all the emotions, and sometimes it's overwhelming and you may not realize. And then all these thoughts of things that perhaps were traumatic for you in the past. And we all have trauma, regardless. Every one of us is going through something. So by releasing, going through with the first message of initiation by air, by releasing that is a beautiful start. Once you release that and start changing your mindset into love, light, compassion, and kindness for people, for others, and all beings, not just people, but all beings, all creatures. Our angels are inviting us and asking us to hold our center, meaning try and find ways to stay in that peacefulness, that peace, that space of peace, love, and compassion. Think of things, if you're a visual person, a visual learner, perhaps find imagery that is calming or peaceful to you, or that brings a smile to your face. For some people, it might be a poster of kittens walking side by side, the little ducklings. Others, it might be the ocean, or pictures, or surround yourself with angels, imagery of the angelic realm, or scenery, landscape, flowers, whatever, cars. This isn't just for the flowery, pretty pictures. This is just whatever brings you joy and happiness. Surround yourself with that, and whatever brings peace and makes you feel that peace within. That's what we're being reminded to focus on and hold on to and come back to, because we are still human. Now remember, even in the awakening, these emotions, even though you've processed maybe what you've thought, you're like, wait a minute, I thought I dealt with that. I thought I handled that situation already, and those feelings, I thought I got rid of them. They may come back in a different way, just because you are ready to go deeper and heal those wounds. So this is also, it's all about healing, my friends. It's all about healing. And that's what our angels are here to help us with. Maybe that was a bit of a tangent. Pardon me on that. So the guidebook, Hold Your Center. So immediately I highlighted some parts. This is all before this reading. This was actually a few months ago. To hold your center means you accept your innate value and worth, your right to exist and thrive, and accept the love that created you as you in order to fulfill your divine destiny. Because that's a hard one, especially if you're in the beginning stages of your awakening and you're learning to change and shift your mindset to positivity and love and compassion and kindness. It's hard. So that definition really, I had to highlight that definition, have it stick out for me. So in the beginning, hold your center. Have you been rushing out to meet others, trying to bend or accommodate their needs at the expense of your own well-being and inner peace? Now you are to strengthen your own energy, your own boundaries, to find your ground. Firmly place your feet there and do not move. Feel your feet anchoring you like a beautiful tree. Let yourself experience quiet certainty as you hold your center with commitment, courage, and consciousness. You are learning to trust in your own instincts, to take your own journey without comparison to the life path of another. There is no need to become disheartened or distracted by comparisons or judgments. The earth needs your light, which can only come from you. You will offer so much less if you try to make it match your beauty to what you perceive to be the beauty of another. Many souls who are different and unique were not understood, acknowledged, and valued for whom they were as children. Instead, they were encouraged to conform, to change, to be other than their true self in order to be loved. This can be a hard pattern to break, yet the time is here for you to love and honor yourself as yourself. You are beautiful. You do not need to change for another. You certainly do not need to change for the divine. You are being encouraged instead to distill your essence, to become even more of you. Hold your center now and do not be rattled by any other through intimidation, confrontation, doubt, jealousy, or fear. To hold your center means you accept your innate value and worth, your right to exist and thrive, and accept the love that created you as you in order to fulfill your divine destiny. It goes into more, but I feel that is a perfect place to stop. Actually, no. Now is the time. No, I turned the page. Now is the time to balance that with resilience, strength, and even some divine stubbornness. Refusing to give up on who you are whilst remaining open to guidance is the balance of loving wisdom necessary to grow yourself as a divinely unique individual in a world that often fears true individuality simply because it cannot be easily controlled. Holding your center doesn't mean that you no longer surrender. Instead, you consciously choose to surrender into divine love and grow more empowered. Do not lose faith in yourself, beloved soul. You know who you are. Be strong. Honor your inner beauty and your personal boundaries. You need to feel safe in your ability to say no as much as you need to know that you will say yes when your heart guides you to do so. Be true to you. Hold your center. Okay, so our third and final card for the reading. The question that I asked our angels was, where is this going? So a card definitely made itself known by turning on its side as I was shuffling. So there was no way of getting around picking that card. This is our final message. The fifth ray of intellectual knowledge, number 42. This has come to you as a spiritual gift. You are being given the ability to find information you need, understand systems that impact your life, and find clarity in any issue that has seemed unclear or overwhelming. You shall sort through the truth from the lies and learn what you need to know. The Archangel Raphael now assists you in integrating the blessings of the fifth ray. And I didn't describe the card, pardon me, let me back up. Excuse me. So the card is beautifully illustrated with an orb. So we have Archangel Raphael in the center and just radiating, beaming a warm, glowing, white, yellowish, golden light out over a little crowd of individuals who look discontent, irritated, judgy, maybe to me like their skin complexion is like a greenish color, like reminds me of greed or envy, or so all of those negative emotions. That's basically what it boils down to. That's how it comes across. So then we have Archangel Raphael beautifully glowing and shining that beautiful, loving light of compassion and kindness over people. And so that glow, that light is just almost like it's fading out the others, any of the negative, it's washing out the negative emotions, right? So they're kind of disappearing and fading into the background, which I just love that, that's so positive. Because when we shine our light, love, and compassion, it just changes everything. It changes our mindset and makes others feel better. A little bit more, I think I'm going to read the whole thing on this one, because I think we all have gone through this at one point or other, or are still going through this. You are distilling a new truth. It might be the truth of discernment, where you realize the appearance of a person, group, or cause is misleadingly different to the inner reality. Discernment is incredibly important on the spiritual path. Oh, that's my throat chakra. Something doesn't want me to talk about this. All the more, okay. Discernment is incredibly important on the spiritual path. All the more so as you open up to work with energies, with teachers and teachings, and to sort out all issues in your life according to your spiritual principles. Discernment is not judgment. I want to repeat that. Discernment is not judgment, but it does allow you to make informed decisions based on frequency. When you choose to associate with people who are on a higher frequency, everyone benefits. If you choose to associate with people on a lower frequency than your own, you may feel your life moving more slowly, becoming harder than it needs to be. Discernment helps you navigate through illusions and find the real gems. It helps you step back from those who say they want to support you, but who actually just want to take and not give in return. The fifth ray helps you choose wisely and sever unhealthy connections. This ray also comes to you when there is more to something than meets the eye. You will be given the power to discover and understand the truth. Wait until the truth clicks inside of you. Until then, keep looking deeper until you unravel the mystery. The fifth ray will help you do so successfully. The challenge with the fifth ray is to remain open-minded as you find your clarity. Be willing to change your viewpoint in order to perceive the truth of the matter. If a system is working for you, that's great. If it needs to be changed, don't be afraid to go into the chaos of creativity and try different ways until you discover what will work better for you now. The fifth ray has a special connection to the world of science. Therefore, you are encouraged to be an observer in your life, to experiment with what does and does not work for you. You are invited to pursue any form of science that is of interest to you, whether this be learning nutritional science or quantum physics, the chemical composition and healing effects of essential oils, or researching meditation and healing. If these are not of interest to you, it could be simply the application of scientific mindset in your life. In that case, become methodical in areas that can benefit from systems, habits, and structures that replicate desired results. Apply this approach to your exercise regime, your meditation practice, and any other aspects of your lifestyle that maximizes your potential and supports your best possible life path. So I think this just wraps up the message from the beginning of initiation by air, holding your center, and then using discernment and finding ways to go back to your center. Ultimately, the bottom line is our angels want us to really understand how powerful our mindset is, our thoughts, our words, both within and outwardly. So the more we connect with our inner truth and love ourselves and love others, the easier it will become to use discernment in negative situations to make sure we are shining our light brightly and helping and encouraging one another. By helping others, we help ourselves, but by loving ourselves, we help others. So our angels want us to know, want you all to know that take care, fortify your mind, and find ways to stay centered so you can overcome those negative situations that will come up from time to time to test us. Thank you all for reading, for joining me for this reading, for joining us. Sorry, angels. And we really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. And if this does resonate with you, it is a little choppy. This is my first reading. So if anything resonated with you, please comment. I would love to see any comments. And please only love comments, kind and thoughtful comments, please, because this is, after all, angelic love messages. If none of this resonated, or if this was not your cup of tea, that is okay. Please just continue on your journey, and we wish you the best. But I think for some of you, this will resonate. And, practice makes better, right? So I do hope you'll join me in the next reading, which I foresee that being within the next day or two. In closing, I just want to thank all of you once again for joining us today. And I would like to do a little closing prayer just to show my gratitude, our gratitude to the angels and my gratitude to all of you. I am grateful to have been a part of this energy experience for the collective as a whole, knowing that the wisdom of the angelic Reiki energy will continue for as long as needed for the greatest and highest good for all beings and things. May you have a beautiful rest of your day filled with love, light, compassion, and clarity. Thank you, angels, guides, and spirit, for all the wonderful messages that came through today. And thank you all so very much for joining us. Take care and many blessings.